wanted to do a quick conversation about balance. I sometimes get questions around balance and having poor balance. So I'm going to talk through dancer pose, which is one of my favorites. You guys see me do it a lot. But I want to explain what I do, and that way it can hopefully help you at home. So typically you will have a teacher cue to put your right arm out, lift up your right heel, and grab the inside of your ankle. So this is kind of like your step one. This is where you want to really establish your balance before you do anything else. If you can't hold this particular position, looking around, eyes up and down, you really don't necessarily want to move forward, because from here, it's only going to get more challenging in terms of balance. So basically what I do is I find my balance right here. I tend to gaze down at the floor first because that's actually the easiest place to balance from. Looking anywhere other than a single spot on the floor is going to be more challenging. So find a spot on the floor, focus deeply on it, okay? Lift your hand up. Before I even start to shift downward, I actually am kicking into my hand. So I'm actually going to kick before I reach, because the kicking is actually what's going to propel me forward, and I have to be able to balance those two things happening at the same time. So kick out first, and again, if you're just here, stay here. You know, you're welcome to lean forward if you're able to and reach ahead, but if you're here, stay here, okay? If you want to kick a little bit more, once I kind of reach this part, this is when I'll start to lean forward. Now, I usually get a lot of comments around my knee. My knees do hyperextend. It's pretty clear. You can see it in a lot of my videos. I am very careful about it. Sometimes I try to not lock out my knee, depending upon the pose. For dancer's pose, I have a really good amount of control over my leg. But if I feel myself falling out, I'll place a micro bend in my knee. And that will essentially protect my knee and leg from hurting myself. So having a micro bend in your knee the whole time is perfectly fine. I've grown accustomed to how my knees work, so I know what to do to not hurt myself in that area. And especially other sort of balancing poses like Warrior 3, I always keep a bend in the knee because it's the only way I can keep my hips in line. So that's a little bit on balance and what I do. Really hope that helps.